Okay, now we are going to go into what are some essential oils and supplements and products that Young Living has that are available to us as members that will help support our respiratory system. So I grabbed a couple of them, and then I'm also going to show you in the big blue book, if you've got one, where you can find a lot of this information. It is actually a fairly long list of products that Young Living markets that does help in one way or another support the respiratory system. And I'm going to start with Super C. Super C is available in a chewable and non-chewable. I think they're out of stock right now, but they will come back into stock. And Super C supports so many of your systems, but the cardiovascular system is one system that it does support. And Super C is a pure, full source of vitamin C, and I've said this before in some of my videos, that a lot of the vitamin C on the market is actually sourced out from genetically modified corn, and this has got all the bioflavonoids in it. It is not, it's got a very, very pure source, and it's like a lot of the Young Living supplements, it's got essential oils in there as well to help make a good thing even better. There is the Thieves cough drops. These are something that you should have on hand to get you through the fall and winter. And these are really, really amazing. And I'll tell you, if you ever end up, and I think this happens a whole lot more in the fall and winter when the air gets dry, if you end up with a tickle in your throat, these things will make that just go away, lickety-split. I have rescued a number of people over the years where they've got the coughing fit going on, and I can relate because I've been there, and you know how miserable that is when you're in a crowd of people, and I've just slipped them either a Thieves lozenge or a Thieves cough drop and watched that whole episode just decline very quickly. Inner Defense. Inner Defense is that's an amazing supplement, and Inner Defense has the Thieves blend in it. So this is really intensified. They're capsules. Probably should have done this with the Super C as well. So this is what Inner Defense looks like. Now I will tell you that I do not take Inner Defense on an empty stomach because it's got a very serious blend of, it's got oregano, it's got thyme, it's got lemongrass, and then it's got all 5 of the essential oils in the Thieves blend. So we've got clove, lemon, eucalyptus radiata, we've got rosemary, and we've got cinnamon. And so those are all pretty heavy hitters, and my tummy can't typically take that without having some food on my stomach. This is a new introduction from convention this year, and we have the Thieves chest rub. I have used this a lot already, and I really like it because you can do this without, because of the applicator, it's got an interesting applicator that makes it hands-free. You don't actually have to touch it, and it is very effective. So I like that as well. And then when we get into oils, it would take me too much time to go into each one of the properties of these, so I'm just going to kind of go over broadly what oils would really help with our respiratory system. And I know a lot of us right off the get-go, RC is going to be one. RC was the first blend that Gary Young introduced, and I believe that he made this in 1986. He created it for somebody that was dealing with some respiratory challenges. Raven, I used to describe this as RC on steroids, and if you look them up in your big blue book, you're going to see that they have some very specific properties, but they cover a lot of ground in that they are just really great for respiratory support. Ravinsara is another one. This is an older bottle of Ravinsara. You can tell by the label. I've got newer ones too. Sometimes I end up with more than one bottle of oil opened. I don't know if you guys ever do that, but I am guilty of that. Breathe Again. Breathe Again you can get in a roll-on. I haven't opened this one yet, but you all know what a roll-on looks like. But at convention this year, they introduced Breathe Again essential oil. And so if you don't have the roll-on with you, you can actually make your own roll-on with the Breathe Again essential oil blend. I love this. I have seen with my dad, I have seen this Breathe Again, the roll-on just really help support his respiratory system in such an incredibly beautiful way when he was struggling. Eucalyptus is always a go-to when it comes to respiratory support. And again, when you look in your book, and I did do, I posted a picture of a couple of three different versions of eucalyptus. This is Eucalyptus radiata, Eucalyptus globulus, old label, and old label of eucalyptus blue. So we have three different versions of eucalyptus. Again, when you go in your book and you look them up, you can see what makes them different, or you can just look at the picture that I had posted already in our event. Thieves is great for respiratory support. Three Wise Men was listed. Peppermint, lavender, lemon, those were all listed for respiratory support. Frankincense. I remember the first time I heard somebody talk about frankincense for respiratory support, it puzzled me because I was really, really new to Young Living, and I just associated frankincense with just about everything else but the respiratory system, and it is an amazing oil for your respiratory system. Tea tree, copaiba, cinnamon bark, thyme I don't have up here right now. I didn't grab all of the oils, but I'll show you where I have found a lot of this information. If you grab your big blue book, and I hope you guys have one of these because they do not, they don't make them anymore. They have discontinued them. But if you grab your big blue book, there is so much information in here that I think so many of us don't even have a clue about. If you go to the back of the book, and that's what I did for this. When I wanted to figure out what products were listed for respiratory support, I found the section in the very, very back, and it is called, I'm going to get there, Appendix E, Product Usage for Body Systems. So when you go to that Appendix E, you can see that there are different body systems that are listed, and then you've got your grid of, you know, which ones do what, and so you can find the products that are really kind of finely tuned to be respiratory system support. And the other thing that I thought was really kind of interesting, right before that, there is also another appendix, and this one is called single oil data, and they also have blend data too. So let's say that I wanted to, let's say that, well, I'm just going to go with eucalyptus because that tends to be such a heavy hitter. If we go into eucalyptus, we can find the single oils, and there's also a section for double. You can find where that is, and you can see all of the products that contain that particular oil. And this is super handy. So what I mean by this is, let's say that I did not have Eucalyptus radiata in my arsenal, but I really, really wanted to use it. I can see that it is in Breathe Again Roll-On, and therefore it would also be in the Breathe Again blend. So I could go ahead and I could apply that, and I would know that I was getting that specific oil because it's part of that blend. So those are some, and then of course you can apply topically, you can diffuse. Diffusing for respiratory support is amazing. And those are just a few ways and a few products, without going into too much detail and taking way too long, to let you know that these are all things that are really, really heavy hitters when it comes to respiratory support. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope that this was something that you learned from. I'm going to encourage you to comment wherever you can on any of these videos. And again, we will be doing a drawing. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.